The Queen Mary, a name whispered with both reverence and fear. This massive vessel, once a symbol of luxury and grandeur, now stands as a haunting reminder of the ephemeral nature of time. Docked in Long Beach, California, she has borne witness to a century of human drama, joy and despair. But it's the echoes of tragedy that seem to cling to her decks, the spirits of those who met their end within her steel embrace. They linger, trapped between worlds. Their energy permeates every corridor, every cabin, every inch of this magnificent haunted ship. People have spent years investigating the paranormal. They've encountered things that would make your blood run cold, things that defy explanation. But few places hold the sheer density of paranormal activity as the Queen Mary. It's a magnet for lost souls, a vortex of residual energy, and once you step on board, you become part of its story. The air grows heavy, the temperature drops. You can almost hear the faint strains of music from a bygone era. Are these just tricks of the mind, or are they whispers from beyond the veil, inviting you to experience the Queen Mary's dark and tragic past? The Queen Mary was more than just a ship. She was a floating palace, ferrying the elite across the Atlantic in unparalleled luxury. Champagne flowed, music filled the grand ballroom, and laughter echoed through the decks. But her story isn't just one of opulence. World War II changed everything. The Queen Mary was stripped of her finery, her once gleaming hull painted a dull grey. She became a troop transport, carrying thousands of soldiers to the front lines. Gone was the laughter, replaced by the grim reality of war. Lives were lost, tragedy struck within her steel walls, and these souls, it seems, never left. They remained, tethered to the ship that had become their final resting place. The Queen Mary's role in the war cemented her place in history, but it also opened a doorway to the other side, a doorway that remains open to this day. One of the most persistent presences on the Queen Mary is the Lady in White. She's been cited by countless guests and staff, always described in the same way. A vision of elegance and grace, adorned in a flowing white gown. Her story is shrouded in mystery. Her true identity a source of much speculation. Some believe she's the spirit of a first-class passenger who died tragically on board. Others say she's a former crew member who met an untimely end. Whoever she is, her presence is undeniable. She glides through the ship's corridors, a silent spectre from another time. Witnesses describe a feeling of sadness that washes over them when she's near, a deep sorrow that seems to emanate from her very being. Is she searching for something, someone? Or is she simply reliving the final moments of her life, trapped in a never-ending loop of sorrow and despair? Deep within the bowels of the Queen Mary, in the heart of the engine room, lies the story of John Pedder. A hard-working man, Pedder met a gruesome end, crushed beneath a heavy door during a routine drill. His death was swift, brutal, and shrouded in darkness, and now his spirit is said to roam the engine room, forever linked to the place where he drew his last breath. Guests and staff have reported hearing strange noises coming from the engine room, metallic clangs, disembodied voices, and the chilling sound of heavy footsteps. Some have even claimed to have seen Pedder's apparition, a shadowy figure lurking in the shadows, his presence marked by a sudden drop in temperature. The engine room is a place where the veil between our world and the next seems to thin. The air is thick with the weight of history, the energy palpable. It's a place where the living dare not tread alone lest they encounter the restless spirit of John Pedder. The Queen Mary's swimming pools were once filled with laughter and the joy of children. Now they echo with a different kind of energy, a haunting reminder of the tragedy that unfolded within their depths. It's here that the spirits of children, lost too soon, are said to play. Their laughter, once a sound of pure joy, now sends chills down the spines of those who hear it. One spirit in particular stands out, the ghost of a young girl named Jackie. She drowned in the first-class pool, her laughter silenced beneath the waves. Guests have reported seeing her small, translucent form playing near the water's edge. Her laughter, they say, is high-pitched and chilling, a stark contrast to the silence that usually hangs over the empty pool. Toys have been known to move on their own, as if being manipulated by unseen hands. Paddling sounds and splashes of water echo through the empty pool area. The spirits of these children, trapped between worlds, seem to find solace in their spectral playground. Their presence is a constant reminder of the fragility of life and the enduring power of the human spirit even in death. Beneath the grand decks of the Queen Mary lies the heart of the ship, the engine room. Once a bustling hub of activity, it now stands as a silent witness to the ship's storied past. But silence, it seems, is not its only occupant. Many visitors have reported feeling an overwhelming sense of dread upon entering this confined mechanical labyrinth. Some even claim to have seen shadowy figures darting between the massive machinery, their forms barely distinguishable in the dim, flickering light. One of the most chilling encounters involves the spirit of a man named John Henry. A crew member during the ship's heyday, John met a tragic end when he was crushed by one of the ship's watertight doors during a routine drill. His death was instant, but his presence, it seems, lingers on. Guests and staff alike have reported hearing the sound of heavy footsteps and the unmistakable creak of the watertight doors moving on their own. Cold spots and sudden drops in temperature are common occurrences, often accompanied by an eerie feeling of being watched. The engine room, with its labyrinthine corridors and towering machinery, seems to amplify the sense of unease. It's as if the ship itself is alive, breathing with the memories of those who once walked its halls. The spirits here are restless, their stories etched into the very metal of the ship. Each clang of machinery, each whisper of steam, serves as a reminder of the lives intertwined with the Queen Mary's history. The engine room stands as a testament to the ship's enduring legacy, where the past and present collide in a haunting dance of shadows and light. If you like the video, subscribe to the channel. Do you believe the Queen Mary is truly haunted or just a legend? Let us know in the comments below.